Hello, hello. It is Bandy Wolfdyne here. We are starting the stream. I appreciate Shadow being hyped for the stream. We want Bandy the Fury Druid, not Furry Druid, the Fury Druid. Okay. Alright. Gotta get our notes and things ready. Alright, Chaos Sanctuary. Alright, so, tonight we are going to be focusing on the Furry Druid. We have got some serious grinding to do to get to max level. We're trying to get to 99. Serious grinding. It's 3.5 billion, I think. Excuse me. Sorry, getting started is always a little rocky. Yeah, 3.5, I think. Working on a long-term goal, getting that 99. 5 more levels. That could take a while. So, tonight, what are we going to do tonight? The same thing we do every night. Try to get to level 99. So, tonight we are going to just put our nose to the grindstone and get those terror zones. We've got a couple good ones tonight, and a couple ones. There's Chaos Sanctuary for the next hour, and then Lost City, Burial Grounds, and then Secret Cow level at midnight, which I may not stay up and do. It depends. Same thing. Thank you for getting the reference. Same thing we do every night, Pinky. We try to take over the world, or in this case, get to the level 99. They're the same thing, basically. So for the most part, I am trying to go for XP tonight, but Chaos Sanctuary is very good. When we get to Diablo, we're going to turn it up to 8. I'm still not super comfortable on Players 8 in the Chaos Sanctuary because of the Oblivion Knights and the ranged attacks. Still kind of iffy on that. Act 4 and 5, or at least the later parts of Act 4, or the later parts of Act 5, still a bit iffy on. So we're going to crank it down to 3. See how we do in 3. Players 3 as we move through Chaos Sanctuary, and then go to maybe 4 and 5. If I was really into the April 1st shtick, I would have started the stream with like a fake out with a dead player and just say that I lost my Fury Druid off stream, but I didn't want to make up all the stuff. I'd have to make a new character, and we are Animaniacs, and we're zany to the max. I'd have to make like a fake druid and then sit and wait for the bit, and usually the very beginning of the stream is there's not a lot of traffic, so I'd either have to throw the joke at, you know, very few people, or draw it out way past, you know. So just pretend that I made a joke about losing this character. A lot of work for little time, yeah. Be a lot of work for, you know, just a gag. And I already have enough on my plate doing stuff with YouTube. I did find a way to get the, like, to increase the efficiency of editing those videos. I need to go back for mana. These specters or whatever are draining my mana. Oh my god, his Fury died! Yeah, and then I spent all day grinding a new one with the exact same gear and stats up to the same location and, you know, experience level. Bramble mitts, is that laying of hands? It is. Huh. 350. I think they're the exact same though. Yeah. Look at that. I got laying of hands. Or I guess another one. I was gonna make a longer video for the Division 2 exotics right now, but then I'd have to figure out how to put an intro together. Yeah, luckily, that Saturday that I spent working on the challenge video, I was working on the intro, which was a lot of, like, heavy, like, edits and, like, scene changes, and, because, you know, it was just talking about generals and, oh, shoot. See, he's dead. This is players 3, my dude. I spent a long time working on the intro. Oh, 3 more points of defense. I didn't notice that. Thank you. Dang. OP. But it's not light radius, am I right? Yeah, it was the intro, so that section that I did on Saturday was taking a long time. And the parts that I've divided into the different acts is a lot of gameplay footage, so I can just, like, grab this and slot it in and then do a voiceover over it, so it's not a lot of heavy editing, just putting the footage and the voiceover next to each other. I could make one with Canva, but need to work on a design. Well, what have you got so far? Let's brainstorm this. See, and this is the minutia that people don't think about when they're doing, like when they say, you know, doing YouTube or whatever, because there's, like, right away there's the idea: are you going to be one of those people that wants to do, like, a intro, like a I'm trying to think of something common that would be simple to understand. If you ever watched, like, Vlog Brothers, or yeah, he's on the other side, where it's like has a bit of music and then your logo pops up, that type of intro where there's like 3 or 4 seconds that you can literally just skip, that's fine. Or the other choice is it gonna be just like cold intro where the video starts and you start talking, like wait, did I say Vlog Brothers? I meant Jay versus Ben, I think is what it's called. But there's an idea about whether you do a intro to your series, like a television show, or just cold open to the content. What kind of creator do you think you're gonna be, Shadow? Oh, I can't carry anymore. Oh, because I've got laying of hands. Yeah, short reset. So you thinking like music and like a little animated logo? I got to work in the wolf green, brand colors, etc. into an intro. They sleep? Wow. High five.
I was gonna try to hit your face.
Why would you hit my face?
Because you had your hands on your controller, so I was gonna...
Would be great if I had people making clips while I streamed. Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. See, I'm not very good at that. Like, but I am getting better, and I may try to keep that in mind while I'm chilling. But even during my own streams, I was pretty poor about remembering to think about things in terms of clips. But for this stream, I have my notepad in front of me with, like, a place where I want to make timestamps so that I can... nope, not a wink wink. Well, anyway.
Why aren't you winking at me?
Yeah, why aren't you winking at me? The clips come... Yeah. No, I'll like, for my own, I've been meaning to like take an initiative to like think of things in terms of clips, and honestly that might help me a little bit with my own, but if I'm there, you can just shout out like, hey, clip that or something. I'm waiting for a laying of hands. Yeah, I thought you already got one. I can't promise that I'll like, because sometimes I'm just busy and I'm just kind of lurking, but like today I was there for a good 40 minutes actively, and I don't mind helping out. I just gotta click a button, right? No, I think for clips, I'm gonna create a clip sharing section in the Discord. Gotcha. Yeah, I think for doing clips, I have to click the clip button, and then I have to click another one. Oh, he's funny. He's funny. Because I just got a pair of this gloves, another pair called Laying of Hands, and he said that, you know, I'm waiting for a laying of hands because you were gonna hit me in the face. He's funny. He's got jokes.
So you want me to hit him in the face?
I'm gonna lay these hands on your face.
That's the kind of
No, Emily's a pacifist.
Pacifist at you. Listen, we've had a long conversation of like what D&D classes we would be, and like.
Wait. Before you tell him, let's ask him.
Oh.
What D&D classes would we be? That's the question.
That is the question.
I don't think he knows enough about you, but he probably knows enough about me.
Mm-hmm.
She is until she isn't. She is a pacifist until she isn't.
For real.
Yeah. I'm a pacifist, but there was this moment where I just had to set that aside for...
I said, you know what? Hell yeah.
Dude, how about pacifist at McDonald's?
Dude, that lady was lying.
She was lying through her teeth.
So you know how they have the Minecraft toys at McDonald's now? I had already gone through during lunchtime before I picked up our kid from school because I knew she'd want one. And then we went through a second time when Justin got off work because, you know what? Hell yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, because I didn't get to get a toy.
Yeah, he wanted a Minecraft toy.
Yeah, and...
So he got the big boy.
If you're a pacifist, probably a bard with max charisma. No, neither one of us are a pacifist.
No, not for real. But,
That's just a joke.
So that might change. That might change your answer. But,
pacifist.
So we got in line and we were like, so we already got this first toy. Can we get something else?
If possible, if you have any other toys, like our kids would want separate, different ones.
And she was like,
they got two of the same one.
She was like, we just started.
Yeah, and there's a teenage kid, and he walked away from the window, and this Karen came back,
and she was like, we just started this.
We just started this thing. So ask us again later.
And I was like, okay, Magic 8 Ball.
Yeah.
Will do.
Cue ball. I appreciate that you think I have max charisma, but I don't think there's any class that would like change the fact that I do not have.
No, he's probably talking about me.
Yeah, yeah. Honestly, he is. I've told you all the time that your style of awkward is endearing. Like anytime that it's awkward, it's like, oh, she's just feeling so awkward. What a poor situation. I've been there before. I want to help her out. And my style of awkward is like, gosh, this kid is annoying. Like, I wish I don't want to be in the. This is making me cringe. Like being next to him, sucks for him. Oh, I'm just saying if we were D&D classes, like what the stats is a whole other thing.
Well, I'll help him out. I'll tell him.
Okay.
So Justin would very much be like a wizard. He would have his little book, and he'd be like, "Okay, let me me write all my spells."
Yeah, and then I'd have to tell you about how much research it took me to like learn that spell. I'd be like,
absolutely.
You can't do it this way because like the rituals are just crazy.
Now let me tell you,
insufferable, right?
Your student loans still would be crazy. I'm assuming they have some kind of things at the universities or whatever they're called.
Do you like to start fires and nobody knows? Shadow, you
Listen.
have hit a specific nail.
Absolutely. He is a menace during the 4th of July and any kind of bonfire we have.
Oh,
he
man.
has tried to hit me with a firework multiple times. I think not on purpose.
I almost lit my sister's trailer on fire because, like...
He had a big stick he found and was waving it around on fire.
Well, no, that wasn't why because there was, like, some pine trees overhanging, and we were trying to get... And my sister's kind of the same way. We were trying to get the fire as high as possible, but we didn't think about, like, the trees.
Smokey the Bear was really disappointed.
And thankfully there was adults present that were like, why did I just save an exit? Crap. I meant to TP. Thankfully there were adults present that were like, hey, if you get that fire too high, it's going to light those trees up. And we were like, oh, right. Right, we should not do that. Oh my god, catching hands. Catching hands on fire. So that actually just kind of like leans...
Solidifies it?
Yes, leans into the wizard.
I swear, I don't think it's on purpose, because it's every year we get these like little piddly fireworks to do.
Father was a firefighter.
Listen, that checks out. It's the safe bet.
Yeah, I think there were 2 or 3 years in a row.
Something's chased me down.
Where like a firecracker like went off in a direction towards Emily, and
it
you
really,
know what? Hell yeah.
Yeah, you know what? It really brings the holiday really together.
Yeah.
Nothing says America like being chased by a firework.
Yeah, and then there was the year after that streak where it didn't, and we were like, well, now it just doesn't feel like America.
We did 1 year burn ourselves with sparklers.
Oh yeah.
I don't even know what we were doing with them.
Yeah, it really
idiots.
it really set like a bad precedent when we burned ourselves with sparklers in front of our children who did not.
Yeah, that was a shame.
And I'm pretty sure that you burned yourself first, and then I was like, Emily, just don't burn. Ow! So.
But my class, which I go back and forth between a lot, like between these two, and
I think it would definitely be Paladin.
You think so? Okay,
because the Paladin has heals, which you like to do.
But I also like to
judge people.
Yeah, I would definitely be a Paladin.
And you like to hit things.
And I like to hit things, and it's not necessarily because I, I'm old holier than thou. Like, I'm not really picky on the deity, I guess, at this point.
Well, but Paladins are about oaths, not deities.
True.
Like, you're just like, I'm going to be the most self-righteous person, and that oath alone is going to grant me power.
I love that.
Yeah, they used to be based around a paladin of something,
But now they're not.
But now they're not. They can be, but it's the oath itself. It's the devotion to a specific goal.
To me.
Yeah. to
what I think is right.
And I'm pretty sure Shadow may be more...
Sparkler bomb. What's a sparkler
yeah,
bomb?
I saw that. And
But yeah, so it's not the fact... I just really like to judge people, and I'd love that to be my job.
And like, because prior to Baldur's Gate 3, you used to go back and forth between, like, playing a healer,
Yeah.
and then you would like to play, like, a barbarian and smash things.
Yeah.
But, like, a paladin is a perfect blend of healing, like, smashing things really, really hard with smite,
Absolutely.
and then the judging is just what was like, this feels
icing.
pretty good.
It's icing on the cake. So, yeah. And, I don't typically think I'm better than most people, but I would like to think that my moral compass is at least, like...
Listen, she doesn't usually speak out these, like, judgments
But
to
if
other
it was
people.
my job...
Yeah.
You can bet.
I did a D&D once, didn't understand it, and a friend kind of ruined it. Yeah, oh man. You don't even need to... That's understandable.
Yeah. I haven't played, like... I've only played actual D&D, like, a couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's like, kind of impossible to get everyone together anyway at this point. So
I've never played D&D.
You played a couple times?
No, I had to be the DM because
yeah,
nobody wants to
did.
read the rules. But I did get a critical success once and ended a character in the last session. Cool.
Excellent. Was it your friend's character? Is that why it was ruined?
Yeah, we were, me and a friend of mine that has kids also was talking about trying to, like, do D&D for,
The kids.
like, smaller kids, possibly. Can't believe I saved an exit. That was, like, a huge waste of time.
Lame. Man, I don't even know why you're even looking for terror zones. Every day's a freaking terror. I always feel terrified.
I think we can probably turn it up to players 5. Did you see that ghost chasing me?
He's like, oogity boogity.
Can you read that?
No, it wasn't his character, because our characters were working together at that point, but another friend wanted to try it. A bar fight ensued, and I ended up blowing his down the floor.
Like, was this on purpose or an accident? And I feel like it had to be on purpose. Or was it like a nat 1?
That's hilarious.
Either way, that does sound really... Jeez.
You're like, listen. Should have tried me.
Shouldn't have tried me. Actually, no. I scratched that. I have played D&D with my uncle, where he was DM, and it was me and this other kid that were playing. Mm-hmm. And because that story he just told reminded me of it, where he had planned for it was kind of like a modern day where there was like, like cell phones and cars and stuff, sort of. Mm-hmm. If I can remember right, and we were being chased by this like kind of like alien-esque monster. It was like a bio-weapon thing.
Okay.
That was like it was a kind of a horror section where we were running it through a sewer. And we got to like the manhole and exited in the middle of like a parking garage. Mm-hmm. And I'm guessing the way that he had planned out is we were supposed to continue running into this building that it was next to or something. But me and I can't remember which class was which. Hold on just a second. he wanted to play an extra. He was working for, and he threw me down the bar across all the drinks. We wrecked the plate. Oh, that's cool. That sounds fun. I lost my train of thought. Oh, so I can't remember which of us was what class. I think it was kind of like a homebrewed thing where we had like, you know, like different skills and stuff. But our decision was to try to break into one of the vehicles to drive it away. Like, we didn't catch the thread that was like, this building looks suspicious next door, let's go in there. So we're doing this, and we roll a nat 20 to break into the car, right? And my uncle is like trying to give us like hints like, you know, there's no keys, blah blah blah, like this isn't the way you're supposed to go.
You're like, well, maybe there is if I check under the seat.
No, and then this other kid was like, well, can I try to hotwire? I have mechanic skills. And he rolls another nat 20 and gets the car started. And we proceed to run this motherfucker down in a car and absolutely decimate this in-game, like, monster that we're supposed to come back to later. And that was the last time we played, because we stopped the bad thing before it started.
Three of us were the main characters and the other two. That's kind of neat. I've never really heard of other people playing like extras.
See, we could do that with the kids too, actually. Now that he mentions that, is because it's gonna be their like thing, I guess.
Yeah.
So.
The Venom Lord. Lord of Venom. What's a Volg?
A Volge?
Volge?
I don't know, but I don't like this. It's scary.
I'm going back down to players 4.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back down. Oh, what? And I've decided also that if I ever do get to 99 with this character, I'm gonna say I'm the ultimate furry druid. Did you hear me?
What?
I said if I do end up making it to level 99, I'm gonna yell out, I'm the ultimate furry druid.
Furry?
Or Fury! Yeah.
Did a lot of slapping to get here.
Yeah, there's been a lot of slapping. Slap, slap, slap. Listen, it's called Fury.
I'm tired, man.
Why don't you go lay down?
Yeah, I think I'm about to watch something. Or something. I don't know.
Well, the other two wanted to try it out and participate in some way, so that's what we did. It wasn't the end of the story, but that's where it ended. One of the thugs on his knees, we gave him a chance for. Y'all are rough! On your knees, fool. Beg for your life. What kind of, obviously with the revolvers, it sounds, gave him a chance for last words. He chose to say, I have wasted my life, and then he pulled the trigger.
That's cool, man.
That's actually really cool.
But also, how much of a puss do you have to be to choose those as your last
Yeah.
words? Like, choose something cooler. Just be like, even if it was just like...
Because honestly, if it were me and I was on the one end of the revolver and somebody said something like super, like, BA, you know?
Yeah.
I'd at least hesitate for a minute and be like, damn. Can I really cap this fool? Is that something that cool?
Or if you, like, if you know that you're in the wrong, could you, like, I want to roll for begging? Like, I would like to roll to grovel.
See, the thing with that's really fun is, as a DM, I would make them act it out for like, a bonus.
Yeah, that's always fun, though, to play with goofballs. I think, at least.
I think it depends on the like the group and the DM can like play off of that, you know.
I knew it. Like, I knew I would get excited about something today, about a release, and I'm like, no, I know it's April Fool's. I just know it is.
What, you got caught?
Yeah,
you got fooled?
I got by a Twilight Princess HD coming out on the Switch May 1st.
Yeah.
I was like, I know this. And, like, I saw it and I was like, oh! And then I was like, dumb! This is dumb! How dare they do this to me?
Yeah. I rolled a 20, so it was my choice because I had the advantage.
Oh, nice. Then I would say you did the right thing.
See, I don't know. Usually, like, I work with a couple guys that play D&D, and I would always try to encourage the DM, because he worked with me as well, to TPK. Like, because I remember they were on a campaign a while back, and they were all kind of expressing, like, fatigue because they were, like, just so uber powerful. And the DM was like, yeah, they just roll through everything that I cook up. And I was like, then just kill them. Like, that's the solution, is if they're becoming too, like, full of themselves, you just kill them, and then the next campaign, it can be a plot point. Or something.
Evil.
And he's like, yeah, that's the thing. I can't kill them. Like, they always, like, beat all the I'm like, bro, you're the DM.
A natural disaster just occurred.
Yeah.
Holy crap, the floor opened.
You know what? You know what's really hard to roll against? If a meteor crashes into them. That's, like, the size of a city. Two of us in the bar fighting while the third was... Interrogating a
quote, unquote.
Yeah. That's a constitution check, I believe? A dexterity check, maybe? That one hit way too close to home at the time, was a bit of foreshadowing for the future. Also, he was like a deal with the devil or something.
Listen, I ain't seen...
Have you seen that Key and Peele skit? Or, Key and Peele skit about that one dude that, that joins the D&D table that's like a thug? He's like a half-ogre giant named Kanye. Yeah. And he's like, the DM's like, okay, this is my cousin, I don't, what's a thuggish name? I don't know. Like, I don't know. It's just some classic thug name. Like, Michael, I don't know.
Michael?
I don't know. Why do I don't know.
You're so white.
Anyway.
Michael.
Like Mike Johns.
No,
I don't know.
Michael.
She was tied up out back, but his habits... Oh, that's
Oh, yikes.
Big yikes. Anyway, so he's like, you come upon the tavern, and this guy's like, yeah, where them bitches at? And he's like, this is... And he's like, I'm gonna roll to fund the... And he's like, that's not the way you play. And then the nerdy guys are like, yeah, we want to look for those women too. Not the tied up parts, but always thinking, okay, yeah. Gotcha.
Oh, I see. That's still kind of a yikes. Like, that's really uncomfy.
Yep.
I mean, I used to work at a gaming establishment that sold pre-owned video games.
To lots of neckbeards.
Yes. So, and there was at one point in time, I had a person, a man who was probably 10 years my senior at the time, super, much taller than me, and like, a lot bigger too. Not that like super matters to me, but I was kind of intimidated because he kept on following me around the store. And he would not leave me alone. And At one point, he asked if he could pre-order a date.
Oh,
And I was like...
what a line.
I was like, no. But you can put $5 down on the next Call of Duty. If you did that...
Didn't he do that?
I probably did get him to pre-order something.
It was my story, and we kind of made it up as we... Yeah, I mean, honestly, and that probably turned out really fun.
At least for a bit.
It's make-believe for adults.
But yeah, I have a lot of stories where sometimes dudes can just be gross.
Yeah.
Like just be normal.
Why won't you die? I'm slapping you. You didn't even Jack. I got all these fools. We were in high school. Yeah. I mean, whatever.
I mean, high school kids probably couldn't do
I'm
do
still
that
a
anyway.
child.
I'm still a child.
I'm not an adult. With saloons and castles, yeah.
Yeah, that does sound really
Was you
fun.
like a, what's that one class? Artificer? Or whatever?
Thank you, because I was going to say archivist. That's books.
Yeah.
That's a librarian.
Oh! Ah, dang it. They all clump together.
I'm like, yeah, you know, the librarians with the guns and the tools. You know what I'm talking about.
Thanks. Y'all come over here and split up. That felt very Metal Gear Solid, like I lured him behind this pillar and clapped him.
Ta-da.
I'm scared of Lord DeSace.
Can I just say how hilarious Metal Gear Solid is?
Yep. See, he's dead.
It's hilarious.
And I'm running out of freaking Rejuvie potions.
It's so hyper masculine that it borders on, like...
Don't know, we didn't really have classes that I remember. Yeah, I actually was just talking, we had to go to our kids' school, and I was telling Emily that it was, like, giving me the heebie-jeebies because I also went to that school, but I don't remember anything except, like, vague part memories. And it's like, I feel like I should remember being here, but I don't.
Dude, I don't remember anything about my childhood very well. Lock that crap out! No, it wasn't all bad.
No.
But I can't remember a lot of it. To be fair, like I said, I think I've mentioned this before, it was probably the concussions. Probably.
I don't think you mentioned that on stream.
I thought I did.
It was probably the concussion that you made you forget. Alright. Alright, Lord DeSace.
What's a DeSace?
I don't know.
What is he the lord of?
DeSace! I'm gonna start picking up the crap rejuvenation potions just so I can turn them into good ones.
I swear those Doom Knights are very much, they kind of remind me of like Predators.
What is it?
From Alien vs. Predator.
What does?
Those Oblivion, like I guess when they're turned around.
Oh yeah, I can see that. My character was more of a demon hunter who ran into another guy, got wrapped up in a fight, and then a device went off and transported us to another land where we ran into a third guy who acted as our guide to find a way back.
Ooh.
That sounds cool.
Fun.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, D&D is just like make-believe. It's just an acceptable way to play make-believe with your adult friends. Or like your, you know, friends, like teenagers, kids.
I think it's fun. I don't have a lot of experience with it other than that little bit that I've tried to play, but then Baldur's Gate 3 really, like, expanded my repertoire with it, because it's very much, like, inspired by that.
Oh my gosh. We were talking about, like, I think it was Totes. Do you remember? It was like dropping Totes.
Dropping Totes, yeah.
I think he said something like offhand when we were talking about something else that was like, I think it was something about The Sims, and then it was like women like cozy games, and then I was like, honestly, if you just had romance to literally any genre,
absolutely
any genre, and then I was like, if they added romance to Tetris, you would be like,
that red block looking fine.
yeah, I told you.
Like,
I didn't say that exactly, but I was like, which one of these blocks am I gonna get with? Like,
how's the cutscenes like?
it's just like the block is dropping from the top into that, like, you know, that slot, you know, where you put the 4-slot single one, and then it's back and forth.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, any video game that has romance.
But it's true.
Yeah, absolutely. I know who I am, and I'm proud of it.
And I wouldn't even say that that's like unique to you. I think that's just like a lot of women. It's like,
listen, I want a story. I like a grand romance.
And what did I say after that? I was like, I have to like overthrow the king so I can get with my boo. I gotta save the universe
so I can
get with my boo.
Yeah.
I gotta solve this puzzle so I can get with my boo.
Yeah, I'm like playing Baldur's Gate 3 and I'm like, gosh dang it, I have to save these friggin' gnomes so I can get to Act 2.
Yeah, and they really like shot to that demographic with Baldur's Gate 3 because she was gonna romance Gale. And
No, I was gonna romance Astarion.
No, what I'm saying is you were romancing Gale, and you got to that part with the chess puzzle.
Oh,
and
yeah.
he solved it for you.
God, I love me a smart man. Because I can't do that puzzle.
Yeah.
I was gonna Google it.
Yeah, you were gonna Google it, and then you were like,
actually, I was probably gonna be like, Justin!
Yeah. You did that for some of the battles in Baldur's Gate 3.
No, until I got good at it.
Well, and then you played Divinity Original Sin 2, just...
That game is so freaking hard.
Yeah, and she was like, that was the hardest game I've ever played, but I had to get through it. And those scenes were spicy.
Well, it wasn't even, like, good cutscenes, because it was, it was an older game.
It was...
But it was narrated so good. It had me giggling and kicking my feet. I was like, oh!
What am I doing? Notice it with women in games
dating,
that allow dating.
I'm proud of myself for that. I don't know, like... I have nothing else to add other than that.
What was that Ben?
For me.
What was that Ben quote? It's like,
you know what? I am proud of myself.
You know what? I'm gonna do that, and you know what? I'm proud of myself.
And you know what? I also love. I don't just choose one person to romance, buddy. I go through the roster, if you will. I start with my main squeeze, and then I'm like, what if I make a character that's like a saloon like cleric or like paladin, and then they romance Shadowheart, and then it's like a enemies to lover situation. Like I come up with some good lore stories.
And by God, that game will not reflect, but it will respond to that type of stuff.
It was so good.
Yeah, Baldur's Gate 3 was something new, something crazy good.
Yeah.
And that's not, like, I feel even, like, I feel stupid saying that, because that's, like, one of those things that's, like, you know what, Oxygen is really good. Like, I like Oxygen.
No, I mean, they set the bar really high for RPG games like that.
Yeah.
And it is what it is. Like, but I'll play freaking...
Did you know, so did you hear about that, like, mild controversy with Wizards of the Coast?
No.
Like, recent. So, you know how, did you hear about that mod that they made for Stardew Valley that was Baldur's Gate?
You know, I've only ever seen done that. It's like Pokemon. Gotta get the... Yes!
Got them all.
Absolutely. Thank you. It's important to me that I do that.
Yeah. But, you didn't hear about that, mod. Somebody made a huge overhaul mod for Stardew Valley where they replaced everybody with
Baldur's Gate.
And it was like,
I have seen that mod.
Baldur's Gate Valley or something like that. Sven Vinka, the director, you know that. Just, if anybody else in the chat doesn't. like went on his Twitter and was like saying, "Oh, like this is such a good, cool mod." Like,
Aww.
thank you. Yeah,
he's such a like bean. Like he's such a nice little like. No, he's not little because he's really tall.
yeah.
But he's just like a kind person. Yeah.
Yeah, and he enjoys like he
enjoys his fandom.
He's prioritizing the right thing.
Yeah.
Like they made it because freaking Wizards of the Coast like issued a cease and desist and like pulled it.
Of course they did.
Yeah.
That's so dumb.
And then there's more.
Sven was like, and this is why we left your studio.
Yeah. And oh dude, jeez, he did some damage. And it was funny because like a few days after they did that, they put out a press release that was like, oh, it was just a mistake, like that they didn't mean to issue that or something. Like it was something.
No one issues a cease and desist as an oopsie daisy.
Yeah, they said that it was like a not a different company, but like a.
They were like April Fools.
Yeah, and it was like let's get real. You're trying to like save face or whatever.
Yeah. Like, hold on. What are my like I'll play Harvest Moons because I'll play Rune Factories, romance. There's romance in all of them. I'll play freaking Dragon Ages, Baldur's Gate, freaking.
Is this a Cathons? Oh, Angelic Mantle. I already have that.
What are other romance games?
I mean Sims, and that's kind of.
I mean, kind of.
I mean, it's a little bit more freeform in its romance, but you can definitely.
I like a good story.
Well, when you play The Sims, like the romance parts of it, you do like have like these elaborate like.
I mean, I have lore. Yeah.
Yeah, lore. Yeah, like whenever you tell me about them, you're like, oh, this person like.
He's gay and he enjoys classical music. There's many facets of him that are interesting. Yeah, like if they just added even a morsel of romance into any video game, it would make a killing.
And she's very aggravated. Like that Pillars game that I was starting to play through for. I've told her about that before, and as soon as like the no romance is like,
don't insult me.
Yeah, it's like I'm not gonna play that. I think Avowed. There was another game.
Yeah, Avowed. It's from the same people, isn't it?
Yeah.
No romance. Don't insult me.
And it's funny because we were talking about it, and it's like it could be the most poorly written juvenile like romance, but if it's there,
I'd give it a shot.
You gotta. It's like Pokemon. You gotta give it a shot. See, you gotta critique it. Like this is the worst romance in the game.
I mean, Stardew Valley's another one. I played that.
Yeah. Harvey and his mustache.
Dude, I love Harvey. Don't even.
Yo, I am not liking the Chaos Sanctuary. It's too scary.
Well, I think it's supposed to be scary from the name.
Yeah. The sanctuary in the bottom pits of hell that Diablo resides in is a little bit scary. So I'm gonna do some rune farming.
I mean, usually, because my birthday just passed, usually for my birthday, I like to buy a piece of fandom merch that has, like, one of my mans on it. Like, last year, it was Gale of Waterdeep. And this year, it was Nanami from Jujutsu Kaisen.
Mm-hmm.
They so fine. I'm actually gonna wear my new sweatshirt tomorrow. Finally washed it. I'm excited.
I hate these guys that run away from you.
What What are they called? Zachar...
Yeah, there's a religion in this game called Zakarum. Or, I think that's what it is.
What do they follow?
I don't remember. It's either the religion or something else, or that's why they're called Zakarumites. But,
It's a dumb name.
Thank you.
I don't mean to be
I
rude.
just remember a voice line to, like, vocal stem in, I think it was 3, but I remember the voice actor is Kakashi, and he goes, Zakarum has fallen!
That's another one of my mans.
Yeah.
And he was like, Chidori.
Yeah. Oh, let's try that one. Nothing. Alright, well. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Chaos Sanctuary because it's very scary in hardcore.
Makes me scared.
It does. And I don't like to be scared, and it may not be efficient, but I ain't gonna go there. What time is it? 10 more minutes, and then
But I mean, you know, like, on the same note as, like, the girls doing the dating first, and then the game says, God forbid a woman have a hobby.
yeah. It's the same thing as, like, it's just like a puzzle.
It's a romance book that I can actually be in. It's fun.
Yeah. And you know what? I feel like if you're, like, the previous generation had gotten into that, like, it would be the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you remember, didn't you get your mom into Korean dramas?
No, I got her into romance animes. She got me into Korean dramas.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even know that came out of left field. I was like, Mom, you watching Korean dramas? I was like, what is
Yeah,
that about?
and you're like, she was like, yeah, there was this one or whatever, and then you...
I was like, you know what? Hell yeah. Let's do this. And I've been watching them ever since. Actually,
That's what you're gonna go do.
that's what I'm gonna go do. I always forget we have Netflix now. Goodbye.
When will I see you again?
No, never. Never. Maybe someday.
Tomorrow?
Oh no!
Oh wait, actually that actually might be good. I need to get new equipment for my Golfon Barbarian, because the one I was creating died. So I lost like all my Golfon and Magic Find gear on him. Okay, so if you're just now joining me, we are still playing our Fury Druid, trying to get to 99. And what are we doing tonight? We are trying to do the same thing we do every night, is get more XP. I'm not a huge fan of Chaos Sanctuary, at least right now, because of the damage that can come in, and for a hardcore character it's kind of spooky, and I don't want to deal with it. I did run it a few times, but there was some closer calls. I wouldn't say they're close calls, but too close for comfort, so I decided to run some lower crossed for some runes real quick until the next Terror Zone, which I believe is Lost City. And it should be in just a few minutes. That's pretty good. Alright. Now, I did some like research on the drops we still want, and it's pretty unlikely that we're gonna grab those. Specifically, the best item that I could possibly get would be a or as far as chances would be either Jalal's Mane or Dracul's Grasp, which is about, depending on the mob, the chances are between 1 in 30,000 chance, and the worst is 1 in 529,000 chance of that dropping. So, just a bit of grinding. Hello, Bandy. Hello, Shadow. Awesome chat. How are you? We are doing great. We're getting right. We're waiting for the next Terror Zone to switch over. It's just like 30 seconds or something. Running a lower cross for hoping to get lucky with a rune. How are you? Lost City. Let's just finish this rune run, and then we'll head over there. I'm working on my shorts. They keep falling down. Wait. Do you mean like your YouTube shorts? Is that a pun? That's what I thought you were working on. Is like the videos. Now that we got a few people, I do want to go over my gear again, because I've gotten a few upgrades, I think, since the last stream. Some minor ones as far as, relatively, but... for my shorts. Let me see. So, I got this huge upgrade from 83 defense to 86 laying of hands just this stream. That's a huge one. I did get this new Doom Knot ring, which is more life stolen per hit. So now I'm up to 32% per hit. And it's got Confuse on it, which I don't really think I'll ever use, but... I don't know if I had Sandstorm Tracks, but I want to get rid of these because... they're giving me 64 poison resist, which I already have somewhere in the neighborhood of 161. So if I got rid of these, I mean, that's a big thing. The stats, can I? Yeah, I can still equip everything with the stats from it. So if I got something big, they're not giving me anything unique. So there's that. I'm doing pretty good. Super tired. I woke up at 3 a.m. to catch our plane back vacation, so I'm dying from sleepiness. Yeah, I thought you said that you had went on vacation. Did you have a good time? And then the big thing is somehow was it Chains of Honor? I don't know if I had Chains of Honor the last time. Dol Bear Ist. It's like one of the best body armors. So it gave me plus 65 resistances, which allowed me to get rid of a lot of my resistance charms. So now I have lots of magic find, and then lots of attack rating, stats, maximum damage, things like that. So we're really clawing through, like, for every little scrap of upgrade that we can possibly come up with. Now, the Lost City, I think I don't even go in the claw. First of all, go to Player's Aid. This is a pretty easy one to do. And do I summon these? I can't remember my go-to for this. And then we go on. It was awesome to see a lot of old friends. We went to the beach, we went to a wedding, and visited Tequila, place where tequila is made. Oh, wow. That's cool. And this guy's a stone skin, so we'll probably just leave him alone. Well, no, we're burning him down. Do we burn him down? Oh, yeah, we can burn through him. Do you have any more, like, time off before you have to get back to, like, the grind? I always try to request time off, like, a day or two after I come back so that I can kind of, like, have that little staycation, too. think these are stone skin too. Yeah, if I remember, for Lost City on this map that I have, is I just run around this area to grab like 5 or 6 elite packs and then bounce out, because I think in the Claw Viper, yeah, I think I'm just gonna back out. I think in the Claw Viper Temple they like, or at least on this map, it spawned like in a really horrible like spawn, so it's just better to kill the mobs outside and then leave. Started working as soon as we arrived home. There were 2 clients that needed assistance as soon as possible, so I helped them when I was able to use my computer. Oh, dang. That stinks. I guess that's the downside of being able to like work from home or remotely. Yeah, and I feel you too, because this week is going to be relatively slow. But next week I have to start a class, so I'm going to be like doing presentations and stuff the whole time, and I'm going to be focused on that. My job, there's like a lot of uptime and there's a lot of downtime, which is nice. Are you a professor? No, I work for my state. For the past while, I was a social worker, and then I took a job like basically teaching my old position to the people across the state. So it's it's sort of like that, but I didn't have to get a teaching degree. But it's basically a teacher, just to a very specific set of skills and stuff, like math, English. It's like using the software and like doing stuff like that. He's the man, boo. It's pretty fun, I won't lie. Yep. He's a trainer. Yeah. I thought for sure, isn't the... Yep. Yeah, it's really fun. I like it a lot. Because it's like a little bit of... it's like some jobs are like talking to people a lot, and some jobs are like looking like nose to the grind, just doing some like tasks by yourself, and there's a little bit of both. But it's like segmented to where those tasks are like, there's like a week of just sitting and looking at a computer, and then there's like a couple weeks of like talking to people the whole week, and then back and forth. So pretty fun. Man, that sucks that I got a experience shrine, and I don't know if there's any more. Let me just ignore these guys. I'm trying to find the elites. I've gotten to the part of like min-maxing where I basically just want to run around and ignore everything that's not a champion or an elite. Or I guess like a big monster pack. But I really want Champions Elites. I don't think there are any more on this map. Yeah, I don't remember where the... Oh, this is the Lost City, right? So I need to go in the Claw Viper Temple. So I need to go at... It's not an entrance somewhere on the map. It's like the way out, I think. Did I? Yeah, it's over here. There doesn't seem to be so many elites. I should look that up. I don't like to go in these below ground, as usually there's skeletons, and skeletons suck for my build. Yeah, like those. I can't heal off of those. So we're gonna run around and kill this guy. There we go. These sons of bitches. There we go. Got one down. Try to help our friend out, huh? Had to use up like all my rejuvenation potions and he still might die. That sucks. I need 8. Those unravelers are the specifically the reason that I don't go in those. They're so annoying to deal with. So we're just gonna stick to the outside, the desert. Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's a specific mule for rejuve potions. Listen, I need those for situations like that where I have to burn through all of them. Every time I go to that character to get the rejuve potions, I'm like, this is a sign of mental illness, isn't it? This is not something a normal, like a healthy human brain would do, right? Also, I don't know if you saw that. I put a post up about that was like picking fun at that thing, at that character, where I photoshopped like all of the gear slots as rejuve potions. So like I had a pair of gloves that was a rejuve potion, and you know, like a weapon and a shield and all that stuff. Yeah, and so like after these two minion groups, or elite groups, I can probably bounce out of this map. I'm not exactly sure. I need to look that up. Because there's a science to it. Gothic staff. Oh man. That would be wonderful if that was an Ondul's Wisdom. Better to have a lot than to not have any at all. Yep. Yeah, and that was kind of the idea behind that character. Okay. No, it's a warp spear. +3. Wow! That seems really good, like for a sorcerer. Oh, wait, no, I don't want to do that. Hold up. Hold up. D2R warp spear. Oh no, I thought it rolled really good because I had 3s across everything. I mean, so energy, shield, telekinesis, and teleport. Interesting. Cool item, but I think I'm gonna sell it. Oh, I did want to look at so D2R Lost City IO. So we go in here, and the Lost City can spawn 7 to 9 elite spawn packs. So we run around until we get to about 7, or if we get a lot and there's still a lot of map left, it would be more efficient to just leave. I guess the warp spear can stay in my inventory for a little bit. Now the question is how close to 95 can we get tonight? I probably plan on playing till like midnight or so. Maybe a little bit later. There is the secret cow level that's terrorized at midnight, which would be interesting. And I might be able to farm for either like a really good socketed pelt with plus to the right skills, or I could try to farm for the cow like set. But the problem is that cows is also another area that is kind of really scary. So I'll probably just throw it down to players 1. More minion. Yeah, we got lots of. I don't know how many. I wasn't counting, but I think it's about 6 or 5. Yeah, I meant to add that poll much earlier. How far we think we can get tonight from XP. We're right at 50% towards level 95, so that one's going to be pretty easy to. But I think I could probably make it to 60 at least. I think that's my guess. But I think we want to save him back out of here. I'm going to go check this corner right here. Because we've got like 6 or 7 elite packs. Yeah, I think we're just leaving. Whoa, somebody's voting 70%. And I was also thinking about like my next projects, because that challenge video was going to take a while, but I think I can get it done at the very latest is before the end of the month. And I don't know if I'm going to do... Are you getting sick? I've been a little sick. It's mostly like allergies with the plants coming out and like pollen and junk. I've had like a light cough for like about a week or more. Yeah, nothing too serious. But I was thinking about my next project, and I do like the challenge videos, especially doing them, or like getting the content, but then making the video is really kind of difficult. Editing just takes so long, but I feel like I'm getting more efficient with it, and I recently downloaded CapCut instead. I was using HitFilm for a while, and I had a buddy that used CapCut and mentioned it a lot, so I gave it a shot and tried it, and it's more like user friendly with its interface and stuff, and that's kind of making it easier to do. And then I'm aiming at like trying to get it done in the next like 2 weeks would be great. But are these minions? Yeah, these are minions. But after I get that done, I was gonna start another challenge run, but I was thinking about like the next, I guess, big thing. And it would be cool if I got to 200. I was thinking either like a really long stream, not like ridiculously long, but longer for me. Typically I only stream for like 2 or 3 hours. And I was thinking about doing like a 6-hour stream. And then I'm not even sure the content at that point, but it would be something novel or unique for my channel. Or, and this kind of would play maybe into it, is doing like an amateur like speed run of like Diablo 2 hardcore. I've been thinking about that and like kind of getting into the, I don't know, not the culture, but like I've seen some videos about like different speedrunners and like different tricks you think of and like ways to shave down time and stuff. And the record, at least on, I think it's like speedrun.com, is like there's no records for hardcore on console. It's all on PC. So you know, set the bar kind of in a achievable spot. That speedrun sounds dangerous but fun, yeah. Because like what I was thinking is to like make a, you know how they make those like road to gold, or like in those competitive games. Like I used to watch a lot of League of Legends videos, and there was like lots of videos that were like road to gold, and like we're trying to do this. Excuse me. And I thought it'd be really fun to do like road to like Diablo 2 speedrun record or something like that, because I could do like a good series of videos on that would be interesting to watch. Like I could do like a first one where I don't look up like any not efficient, but not any tips and tricks about how to be efficient with your speed run, and just try to go through the game as fast as I possibly can, but as fast as I comfortably can as well. And then that could be like a streamer video, and then like another one after that could be like reviewing the footage, and like watch it with a stream with like a notepad, or like even it written on the screen, and just take notes as I watch it, and like pause it and say, I know, like one thing that I know that I'm not efficient in, or not, I could definitely improve my skill at, is like map reading, because for almost every map, there's like a way that the tiles will spawn to where you can read the map and figure out exactly where the entrance to the next area is, or the dungeon, or what have you. I think Worldstone, that's one that I think I know, or maybe I know the wrong information, but I know that there's a trick to it, is the Worldstone Keep, when you spawn in from the waypoint, I think you always go right relative to where your character is facing. So, like, if you're looking east, you would want to go north, or, I'm sorry, you would want to go south. If you're looking south, you want to go west, and et cetera, which is really cool. And so it'd be cool to, like, do like a watch the feed of my speed run, and then like get advice from the community and like different tips, and like look up, like, I know I need to work on map reading and stuff like that. Then there's like specific class stuff, like if you play a paladin, you want to be prepared for I think it's like whatever level you get charged, because that increases your like run speed, because you can start charging everywhere, and you need to like work on buying all the magic potions at that point. And then there's like knowing what's worth a lot of money, so you can like only pick up stuff that's going to give you a lot of money for the, like, be super efficient with your time picking it up, so you can sell like one piece of gear that excuse me. And then we could, after doing that, like do the research on a specific skill, and then like try to work on shaving time down and stuff like that. Be like an amateur's guide to becoming a speedrunner or something like that. Because I've never been super into like speedrunning culture for games, even ones that I really enjoy. But I'm getting so deep in the weeds with Diablo that you know, it's too late for me, you know. But yeah, I was thinking at like 200 viewers, or even just you know, the next spot where I have a amount of time free to work on a new type of project is just to do that. That's of course if I'm still interested in playing Diablo 2, which so far still pretty into it. I mean, I'm just sitting here grinding over and over and over again. XP. But yep, it would be great to have some feedback on it. I don't know what I really only have the yeah, and just hard. It would definitely have to be hardcore, just because I think that for one, for viewing, it adds some kind of tension to it, but for me it also is just like super fun. I also did have an idea, because I've started collecting all the set pieces, and I've got like 5 or 6 full sets at this point. And I did have an idea to try to beat the game only using the set pieces. But one of the YouTubers that I watch just recently put a video out to that same thing, and I don't want it to be like derivative or like, I didn't even watch it because I didn't want to, like, you know, like, even subconsciously, like, take any ideas for it, because he also is like does like hardcore a lot, and he does like a lot of hardcore challenges too. So I was just like, dang it, they beat me to the punch. But I thought it sounded super fun in general, just because, like, for some of the, like, there's a balancing act with the set pieces as to, like, you either have a set piece that you can use at an early level, so it's less likely that you'll just die before you even get to use it. But then again, the earlier that you can use the set piece, generally the less powerful it is. Which I thought that sounded super fun as far as a challenge. And then, like, one of the things that I guess kind of would differentiate the idea I had from this one is it was like a 4 or 5 hour video doing like 5 or 6 of the set pieces or the set runs, and I didn't watch, so I don't know if he just goes to normal, but I would want to try to beat the whole thing, like normal, nightmare, and hell, if they don't do that, or well, that's just what I wanted to do. I don't know what that other person did. And what would kind of set it apart is I know that a lot of other content that I watched about those challenge runs, and myself included, I kind of did this with my Paladin, Defensive Ores Paladin, is there's kind of an unspoken like statement that because you're watching the video that, you know, I was able to complete it. Because the way that I was doing it is if he died at some point, I probably was just going to scrap the idea. Like, I wasn't going to make the video. But I've specifically only gotten one full set of each each gear set, so that and then thrown away everything else. Like, I only am getting that one chance. Like, so, and I'm only going to play the character, and then if they die, they die. I'm not going to keep trying it or keep getting the equipment or have multiple chances at it, and then I'm going to make the video anyway, so there's kind of like, again, like a cool possibility that, you know, I'm just not able to do it because I'm not good, you know, I failed. And to be honest with you, in my head, I fully expect that I wouldn't be able to do the majority of these, because probably the ones that are in the like 30s and 40s range of required levels is possible, but the ones that are either low level sets or high level sets, I'm either going to die because eventually the set is going to cap out as far as its power level. Like Berserkers, the Berserker set is just not good, right? At least, you know, at level 50 it's not going to be good. And then the other sets, like, I think Tel Rosh's is like a 50s or 60s level set. I can't remember. That one, I probably won't be able to get to live to that level before I can get the set. And then I'll die, and then I'll lose that set. But that sounded something fun to do as well. And it might be like, after I finish this Paladin video, it would be fun to maybe start on that series where I try to beat the game with that set, and I literally have one chance. This isn't like what I've done before where I have one chance and then I'll just start a new character and roll again. Like, I'm not going to try to do it more than once. So I'm not going to like game the system and know when, oh, levels 20 through 30 are hard because you get your first set piece at level 32. So I really need to play it really, really, really slow and go from there. Yeah, that sounded fun to me as far as like enjoyable, both watching it and playing it. What do you guys think about that? I noticed that I have a couple viewers more than before I started, so welcome. We're just kind of chilling out. We're trying to grind some XP. We're at 2.39 billion, and we need to get to 2.49 billion. So we need about 100 million more points. I'm hoping to get to 60 before this end of the stream. So, you know, throw a like to support that. Maybe throw a comment in the chat. Do not roll a 1 indeed. Yeah. I don't know. I was saying this, and I kind of had like an epiphany earlier while I was watching Shadow's stream. Is the fact that people are watching, or, you know, there's implied that people will be watching, has kind of made me more aware of what I'm doing, as opposed to like sitting on the couch and, vegging out for hours, and not, you know, kind of getting complacent. But the fact that there's, you know, people might be watching me makes me more aware of what I'm doing myself, so I guess I'm safer. So I think that streaming has been helping this long-term goal in general. Remember to like the live stream and subscribe to Bandy's channel for more Diablo 2 great content. He's almost at 200 subs. Yeah, and that would be just crazy if I could get there. And like, the thing is I'm probably gonna make one of those ideas I had, regardless of whether I get to a specific sub goal. But like, the sub goal is fun because it kind of gives some control to the people that actually view and watch, and they can kind of put their own 2 cents in as to what they would like to see, because that's part of it too. That guy's name is Foul Eater. Maybe you should be careful what you put in your belly there. I got my goals today of the stream, hit a wall and called it a stream. I just crashed towards the end. I got your goals. What were your goals today on your stream, Shadow? I thought that was like I just enjoy hanging out, even if there's not much like conversation going. It's just like, or you know, even if it's not something that I like. Division 2, not a huge fan, but still show up to that just to hang out. But I thought today was there was a lot of like back and forth going on and fun ideas and stuff. So yeah, that definitely felt like one of the more lively ones, if that makes sense. But what were your goals for yours that you hit? Wonder if he knows Snake Eater. Snake Eater! I wonder if there's like a giant 600-foot tall ladder somewhere in Diablo 2. Guys, I'm going to bed because I'm falling asleep in my Bandy, Shadow, and chat, guys and gals. See ya, Jaime. It was very pleasant as always. Did some dailies and the season stuff. The April Fool's guns were out of the blue. Yeah, I thought that was, honestly, I think that was a really cool idea. I know you'd said before that Division 2, later, Jaime, yeah. I know you'd said before that Division 2, they were like they had a certain amount of content, but they were like stringing it out to prolong the game and like make, I mean, it is Ubisoft, right? Or maybe I'm wrong. But you made mention that it was like a money marketing tech. It was more centered on financial gain than like playing towards their community. And but that April Fool's thing was like something that seemed more based in just like having a fun time. Like, that's pretty funny that you, I'm guessing that those guns you picked up were actual other guns that you could get in the game, but they were fake versions that were supposed to be like a gotcha. This isn't actually a copy of that really cool piece of equipment, right? I thought that was pretty cool. The season stuff, story related, is strung out for weeks. Fake versions that I can't use, but you can break them down for parts, but I'll throw them in storage. Yeah, I think I would keep some of those too, especially like if I got a copy of a weapon or something that I really liked in general. Like, I don't know Division 2 at all, so like if Diablo 2 did something like that and I got like this flesh render club, I've literally had this since I think like level 30 or 40. It's 49 required level. So probably late 40s because I remember getting it before I could use it. But it slaps pretty hard. And if I got like a fake version of that, I would definitely keep it. Also, why I made shorts out of the ones I found, I don't know. I don't know if there are more. Yeah, but isn't that like just in general the idea? That's kind of like it's not like a money grab. Ooh, wow, that's so good for. Well, it's kind of split because Tornado and Fireclaw usually aren't in the same build, but that is plus 5 skill points to a druid. See, my problem right now with shorts is I just don't know what would make a good short. Like, you know how they say that writing like a short story is a completely different experience than writing like an actual novel? Is I kind of feel the same way for shorts versus like a video. Is like I'm sitting here trying to like, has anything happened in the past like 30 minutes to an hour that could make a good short? And maybe, but the thing is I don't know if I could tell like a story or like have a complete idea in that short amount of time. I just don't have the. It just depends on what kind of info you want to convey. Yeah. Yeah, I've made a few shorts, and I thought they were, like, fairly good. But the problem is like, what I wanted to say, I really had to work to stretch all that into the single short. You know? A cool moment, a story to tell in under a minute. Yeah. And that might be just a skill that I have to pick up on this end, to where do I need to start thinking of the story that I want to tell and then purposefully like lean into that, like try to tell the punchline 30 seconds after I like come up with the joke. It's a what do you call it? Not a skiller. It's one that breaks enemy immunities. Yeah, it's a Sunder Charm. I have like every single one of those. Unfortunately, I bet that makes you just like ooh. And the ones that I have are almost perfect on every single one. Plus, I don't get a lot of use out of them. I don't even have the one for physical damage. If I was playing online and I had people that I could like give them to, that's another thing that they need in this. If they were to add stuff to, yeah, pre-planning. That's what I'm thinking of. Something that would be really fun is if they had like mailbox, to where like, because if like you play on Xbox, so you're about the only one that I would send stuff to. But I also know that you're you like to get everything yourself, so I wouldn't send you anything unless you asked me to. But like Droppin' Totes, I think plays on PlayStation, I think. And then I don't think Jaime plays, and some other people. Basically, if I knew somebody to send it to, like a lot of this stuff that I just throw on the ground, I would probably send it to everyone that could use it. Because it really does suck, like, dropping some of that stuff, but I don't have the inventory space, unfortunately. Yeah, there's some pre-planning involved for shorts, and I just don't have that skill, like, or that, you know, that knowledge to recognize and to pre-plan and to. I play extra. That, yeah, that would. I didn't know. I thought you played PlayStation, but maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. But yeah, that would be super cool. Because is there even a trading? Don't you just have to drop it on the ground? And then I honestly don't know. Like I said, I play mostly. You can if you're on the same server. You can trade, like there's a trade window. Foul. Foul. What is foul? I don't know the gem that you need for a foul rune. It's a flawed ruby. If you're in the same game, but what's to stop you, Shadow, from, like, if I'm like, yeah, I'll take this Jalal's Mane. I'll give you this Jalal's Mane if you give me 3 foul runes, and then you drop the foul runes, I take them, and then I just leave. Is anything stopping you from doing that? Online, you click on someone, and it brings a trade menu up. Okay, that's good. If there was a mailing system, it would be abused by gold farmers. Kind of, but gold is already not, doesn't hold much value in the game. Offline, there's a friend join option, but it doesn't make sense. Yeah, we had some, me and Shadow had some trouble with that, joining game, trying to do the ears quest. And to be honest, we didn't even have offline characters. We were doing online, and it still wasn't working the way. Like, I would make a game, and he would try to join, and it would, like, prevent him from doing it. And then finally we got it to work, but I honestly don't remember what it was that got it to work. I think he switched, and he sent the invite, but I don't know why that worked to let me join the game. Gold farmers is also a term for people that make real money off the game. Oh, gotcha. Could be account privacy settings. Yeah, and I don't think there's any way to prevent that. Like there's going to be a market for that. There's going to be both be people that are willing to sell, and there's going to be people that are willing to buy. And I re-rolled 2 more skillers tonight, testing that theory of the low-level alt rolling. There's a Longstaff unique. How did your research go? Dropping totes. Did you actually get skillers? I can't remember. I don't think you were there when, because Shadow was like passing on the info about that low level thing, and I was saying that it makes sense because the affix that is the skills only took me 16 gems, so that's what, 5 or 6 tries. The affix, yep, got 2 skillers with 16 perfect gems. The affix for the skill on the Grand Charms is level 50 affix. So I was saying it makes sense on the low level alt if you're around that level, because after you pass that level 50 requirement, you would want to stay as close to 50 as possible, because then after that you're just diluting the pool of potential affixes and making it less likely. So level 50 is the ideal. We got a Grand Charm. Ooh, that's not a bad magic find. and a Serpent Lord, which is a low-level staff. But that's pretty good. I keep all Magic Find charms. The alt I used was level 20. Yeah, I didn't think that the alt that like the item level stays with the item. So even if you get it on a like when you're in a area like this and it drops like that Executioner sword, it's whatever item level the area is. So in this case, it would be item level 96 because it's a Terrorized to level 96. And then wherever I send that item to, the item level is going to stick with the item. So that makes me think, did you get the Skiller Charm around that level? Or like, I don't think that the alt that you use to reroll changes the the potential of the item. But then again, that could be like new information that that like the wikis and stuff don't have. So I don't know. That's pretty cool though. Oh, my jellyfish is dead. Got the Grand Charm and Great Marsh Flare Jungle at the exact start of where Skillers drop. So that makes sense. I think I might keep that one so I can re-roll them. Yeah, to my understanding of how the loot system works, I think that's how it works. But I'm definitely not confident enough to like bet money on that. Because I think there are mods too that like reveal the item level like on the item's description. Huh. Now hold on a minute. Let me see. So D2R area levels. So yeah, area levels are hidden. So the area level. So if we beat someone has a gamble for specific ones. I'm trying to think because in Nightmare it goes up to 43 and then it jumps to 64. So 64 would be the best, but it wouldn't be. It would be the best that we have, but max TZ level. Trying to figure out what the highest that the terror zones will go. Okay, so Nightmare will go up to level 71, so that wouldn't help us either. The thing is I'm thinking if there's like for some reason I feel like there's a random roll from, so if we were level like if you were at level 48 hold on, I feel like there's a range. What determines eye level? There's a property applied to everything. Item levels at first cannot be seen. you're required to use 64 best for what item? It's the highest level, eye level that you can get. So, like a Jalal's main is like item level. Where is it? It should. Is it eye level? I thought there was a item level. Yeah, item level 50. So for the area like this, if I was in Catacombs, I wouldn't be able to get this Jalal's main in Nightmare because the area level is only 43. So I wouldn't be able to get this Jalal's main because it has to be at least item. Chests and monsters must be at least this level to drop the item. So again, the best place is to find an area that's area level 51. So ideally, you would want to make a character that is level 51 for, well, no, because the area levels will go above your character level but not below. So if you made a character level 51, the lowest hell would be 67, and then the highest in, well, yeah, okay, so if you beat Nightmare and you had a level 51 character, or even a 50, I think, you could then go to a terrorized version of the zone, and it would bring the level of the monster up to 50, but no, then it would be 2 levels up. So you'd be in Nightmare. If you were level 50, it would bring the monsters up to 53. So that would be a really good chance to drop Jalal's main. Yeah, the gambling calculation is something completely different, I think. I think that's just based on, I think that has a whole other, like, math to it. Chests and monsters must be at least this level to drop the item. It says eye level is used in gambling, sales, and other calculations as well. But I think that's more of a general thing and not the, like, there's a different calculation for it. Druid pelts cannot be gambled. So, if we were wanting to get skillers, it'd be D2R, Grand, Charms. Yeah, to target farm, it take like 300 to 800 magic font and farm that area that Jalal starts. Yeah, and that would be the best. Like, the magic font would be significant because it would, basically, it would affect the chance that it would turn into, like, a unique. But at the lowest level possible, it still increases it because as you get to the next level, like if at level 62 another unique can drop, then that's adding to the pool of potential drops. So, like, the best place for a charm and you know, give me your thoughts on it too. The level of the item would be 50. So you would want to go to where am I? Area level. You would want to go to at least level 50. I'm lagging, my internet cut out. That's all right. So if you were in Nightmare and you were level 50, honestly, it seems like it could even be level 48 or even lower, because if you were in Nightmare and the zone was terrorized, and you ran into a Unica champion, it would bring the monster level up 4 levels up to 73. So if you're level 46, and and you ran into a Terrorized Zone, it would bring the monster level up 4 levels to at least 73, so 50 would be in that, and you could potentially get a Grand Charm off of a champion or a unique at level 46 that could potentially spawn with one of these. And then even if it didn't, you'd probably still want to keep the Grand Charms, because then you could use those specific ones to roll again and again and again to get the Grand Charms. Now, unfortunately, I don't think I have a character that's that close. I don't have very many actual... I have this one. I have this one. I have Officer Doofy, who's a level 49 Paladin. But I haven't beat Nightmare is the thing. Yeah, isn't it? Does that make sense? Like, I'm just trying to work it through in my brain, but I'm not sure if that's exactly how it works. Is that Sorcerer that I have? Is she level 55? She would still theoretically have... We could use my Defensive Wars Paladin, but he can't... He's only level beaten normal. And she hasn't beaten Nightmare either. He has beaten Nightmare, but it would bring it up. If he were to go into Nightmare TZ, it would bring it up to Officer Doofy. Yeah. Listen, don't bother him when he's cleaning his room. That Barbarian I have, if I went to Nightmare, it would bring it up to level 74. So that would be... I really think it's more area level dependent. I tend to get terrible uniques when I farm with a character at the same level. Elaborate. You said terrible uniques. Yeah, Officer Doofy is a great name. Tend to get terrible uniques when I farm with a character at the same level as what? Oh wait, I'm missing. Okay, hold up. Then this, okay. I didn't even scroll down. I was just thinking that this was all the areas and didn't even like process what they said. But you were saying in what, Great Marsh or like Act 3, that would check out because the Great Marsh is level 50 in Nightmare. So shorts are locked and loaded. Oh, you want to talk about locked and loaded? This actually may be testable, because I've got this Gold 5 Barbarian, and he is quite weak, but like for instance, I'm trying to target farm Ice Blink armor with a character at the level. I'd likely get like a Razor Tine or Blood Fist or something. So an Ice Blink, when you're trying to farm with a character at the level that the item is... Dang it, I can't spell. Ice Blink. No, I don't want that. That's not going to give me the item level. So Ice Blink. I don't know what the treasure class is. I'm trying to find the item level. Because it's got like a required level, but it's also got a level where it drops. Eye level? Yeah, item level is 30. So you would have to be at a level 30 area. The required character level is only 22, which if you're talking about this and you're trying to farm it with a level 22 character, you wouldn't get it, because you would have to be in a level 30 area. I I don't know if you know, you can also go to IO, Diablo2.io. I'm sure you do. And you can... Wait, hold on. Drop chance, right? Where is it? To our drop calculator. Oh, I thought it was IO. It's this. maxroll.gg. And you can go and look up Ice Blink. And the specific area. Like, I don't think you... Yeah, you can get it normal. And you can just legit... I haven't seen the D... I've used Solo Spin. This is the one I use for drop chance calculator. And you can legit just go up and find... like, I'm sure not hell would be the best chance. And then you can sort it by chance. So apparently the best place is to... Probably Undariel, unless you're on the quest for these. And you only get the one chance, so... According to this, the chance to get Ice Blink is by farming Undariel in Hell. And then you can also look at it the other way around, and you can just look up what, like, the best things to get from Undariel herself. So if I wanted to get a Stone of Jordan, I could look up what the chances from Undariel is. But this is another thing that I don't quite able to wrap my head around is, as far as I know from how the items are dropped, is first it rolls a chance to drop a specific type of weapon. So like the Totus Fail Flame is a unique Zweihander. So first it rolls to drop the Zweihander, and then it rolls again to see if it turns into a socketed version or a magic or rare type or a unique. And I wonder if the math, like the way that I'm processing it, checks out. So let me write that down. So that's 0.005714, and then wait, that's not times 0 times this. So it's 514 e to the -4. I don't know if that's the way I'm doing it right, but so then if you take 1 divided by 1854, it's close. Right, yeah, I farm Nightmare Cows so much that I have all the 7% magic find charms. Yeah, the numbers are close. Because 1 out of 175 times 9%. Oh, it's 9.4. I bet it checks out exactly. So 1 divided by 175 times 0.094 is 5. Yeah, that's exact. Oh man, we just learned something. So it's 5 to the -4 power times, and then if you just take 1 divided by 1854, it's very, very close. Look, Emily wasn't joking that I'm that guy. Like, this is fun. This is a fucking fun Tuesday night. Yeah, the blonde girl, yeah, I'm pretty sure I just math meme. Yeah, it's this one. This is what you're thinking of, right? This is what, like, I don't know if you're a math guy, Shadow, but this is what Diablo is running on. It's all this math. So yeah, that's what happens. So what happens is it rolls a chance for like it's got a chance to roll a Zweihander, and then 9.4% of the time that it is a Zweihander, it turns into a Toad's Fall Flame. Man, that's cool. So, if I wanted to get a Jalal's Mane, which is probably I just want it. I just think it's freaking cool. The best chance I would have... I don't think this... Yeah, this doesn't matter at all. So... Oh, no! Dang it! Now I reset all my maps. I had some good maps in there. Or at least I knew what they were. Okay, so with this character, if I didn't change anything, I have 98% chance of getting magic items. So, go in here, put in 98. That's actually a damn good chance to get that. Holy, well, I mean, it's not crazy good. But like, and I don't know if my Barbarian has more magic find, but he's in Nightmare still. Oh wait, no, he is in Hell. But he can't handle Andorial. He is not built for that. So he has 244 magic find. So if I do 244 into Nightmare. So apparently Bale is the quest Bale. This Diablo world, I think, is the decline you spawn with the Stone of Jordan. So if I took him into Hell, it still wouldn't be like that great, like that big of an upgrade. Dang, that makes me want to go farm Andorial. I might have got a good map for it, to be honest. Yeah. You know what also works well against Andorial? Is just slapping her in the face. Okay, so I'm going to keep some of these because I'm starting to run out of... And that's going to go... Honestly, I guess I could like throw in another magic font. Would that even be worth it? I have 98, and that would be 110. As opposed to, so 370. So I'm dropping 13. We'll try it. I think Shadow just run off because I told him that the entire game was math. I don't know if he's a math guy. I'm not positive as to what my clear speed on Andorial is anyway. I'm going to go runner. First I'm going to find a good map. Since I've boned all my good maps. I might as well keep re-rolling until I find a good one. And honestly, I might look at what just Players 1 is, because if it's still pretty low, I might as well... Like, the difference between clearing Players 1 and Players 8 is pretty, I don't know, I'm fighting. This is just reflex that I'm trying to kill this stuff. Okay, so it's probably... Yeah, hang it. C4 equations. Is that just a bomb joke? Players 5 is reasonable. Yeah, and I can't remember. It's been like a hot minute since I've went to fight Andorial. So I'm just gonna go runner at Players 8 and see what See what the clear speed is. If that's good, I'll keep it at players 8, but I also am gonna look and see what players 5 chances are and players 1 and all that junk. I farmed Nightmare and Deep for I think 100 unique rings, and none of. I'll look at Stone of Jordan too, actually, because I've heard that Andariel is a good farming spot for Stone of Jordan, and that's definitely something I want to get. I'm gonna do that again, but man, that slams your head in the wall. It depends on what you're doing, like in the meantime, because if you pay too much attention, nothing happens. Nothing at all. Balls. C4 equations do work well against walls. Toach, you ever think about speed running? I don't know if you were here when I was talking about that. I want that chipped sapphire. You agree with me about the like the clear speed and maybe leave it at players 8, or there's a delay, or the C4 thing? Yeah, I don't think this is a good map for farming Andariel. So we might just... I am on players 8, right? Yeah. Seems yeah, see, my clear speed isn't that great with her, but I am like using Fury against a an entire pack of elites, and I've got this fool, and I think that's a second elite pack. Oh, cool! There's none over here, so Andariel, come over here. I'd see what your first clear is and adjust the player count for there. Yeah, it's definitely, what was that, like 30, 40 seconds? Wow, holy cow. I did get 3 unique, or 3 sets. Which I don't have that one. Pretty sure I have an Angelic Sickle. But actually I think I have 2, and that's what I want. What do you think, Totes? I think I could drop it to 5. And Millibrega's Diadem. Dang! 3 set pieces. That was good. And there were ones I didn't have either. At least I can use. Yeah, what do you think? Think dropping to players 5 would be the best? Oh, yeah, and I want to look at that. So, players 5, we're at... Yeah, that's literally just going up 1 out of 383 or 1 out of 389. Let's try 5. And then the other thing is Stone of Jordan. Yeah, it's 1 out of 2,111. Yeah, that's the big thing. Usually when I'm running terror zones, I try to kill everything on the way to her, just because she's a bit stronger. But all right, so we'll try that. This is Nightmare, so I actually want to switch back to Hell and see if we get a better map. Did you catch my question about speed running? I don't think I ever caught your opinion on that, because that's something I play this game so much that I'm starting to get into the point where that's becoming something that I'm interested in doing. Yeah, I thought about trying to do it and like one stream doing a like the amateur. Wow, that's a weird map spawn. Yeah, the same with me. I was thinking about doing a stream where I did like an amateur run, where because the console versions, for the record, Totes, there's no records on speedruns.com for console. So like that's why we could literally like start the speed run and just wait a week and then finish it and have like a, dang it, I got trapped. Dang it. And have like a 80-hour speed run, and that would still be like the record for console because most people do it on PC. That's not this isn't a bad map. Yeah. Yeah, so I was thinking about doing it and doing like a stream where it's just like the way I play is I don't try to speed run it anyway. So I was trying to think, well, let's just try to speed run it on one stream, and then on a stream after that is do it where I'll like watch that playback and critique it, and like my chat would be like, you could do this better when you're, and then make notes and then try to improve on that. You filthy hoe. I think I would even be fine going down to players 3. Okay, she dropped a fork and a... Is that a unique saber? I can't really tell. Yeah. It's a crappy one. Yeah. Yes. And Sulfeastine. Both of these aren't good. Ugh. Ugh. Yeah, and something that I've seen, I've watched a few people like speed running, and I don't watch them very long because I kind of get like disinterested in learning all the tricks from start to finish. But one thing I have seen is like I think it's a lore helmet. Is that the 2-socket one? You'd keep it at P5. Well, it's not very much different as far as the drop rate. If I'm just target farming Jalal's main. Because 1 out of 389, it's 1 out of 3... Wait. Oh, Mephisto gets better. That's weird. That's the quest Mephisto. Yeah, 416. Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, I went through a kick of that. I got a speedrun Resident Evil 1 on normal for Achieves. I went through a kick of that through like the first like 5 or 6 of those. Resident Evil 1 I think is still one of the like most kick-ass like just games in general. Like that game is so good. Yeah, let's go. So I did start by saying that this was going to be like a XP farming bonanza, but all the math has got me excited to farm for Jalal's main, so I'm going to do that. But yeah, like one of the speedrunning tricks that they do is, oh shoot, I didn't realize that was, is there's specific rune words that are like super good for like target farming for, to the point where like normally you just blaze through the game, but lore and I think stealth maybe is like so powerful for the runes you need to get that it's worth investing the time to grind out a countess. At least like there's some kind of efficient number, like after like 5 or 6, if you haven't gotten it, you should stop farming her. Yeah, I've 100%ed the RE remake. That was so fun to do, because I remember starting that, and the last time I'd played it was when I was like a teenager or younger, and it was so hard, and it was still so hard when I started it, and I was like looking at the achievements, but that game like trains you so well. Like there's such a, oh dang it, there's such a good progression, if that makes sense, to where I've done the one where you like speed run invisible enemies, where you like beat the game where all the enemies are invisible. Die, maggot! See, you say that, but I have complete faith in you, because I was like, that's gonna be freaking impossible. But lo and behold, it is possible. You just have to believe in the heart of the cards. I can't see. There's too many items on the screen. I can't see if there's a big ball circling around me or not. Alright, give me something good, Andariel. What you got? A swirling crystal. Is that the Apocalypse or the Oculus or whatever? It is the Oculus. Hell yeah. I already have one, but hell yeah. I don't think there was anything else she had, right? I don't see anything else. Yeah, sure, I'm getting to pool cart if I'm getting to pull Oculus. Nice, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty, like, I have one, but that's pretty crazy that I got another one to drop. I don't think it has any variable. Hey, I'm not subbing anymore until I see some of these other challenge runs, and like I still have yet to see a Resident Evil playthrough, and I'll give it to you. You did start a hardcore character, but that's, I gotta watch out for this legalese here. 3%. That one sucks. If depends on what your definition of good is. I think every unique is special in its own way. The one Stone of Jordan that I ever got was from a mausoleum like thingy in here. In this, it was from a casket in the catacombs. I got Resident Evil 0, 1, 2 playthroughs on YouTube already. Like the whole thing? Really? Personally, I thought Resident Evil 0 was kind of meh. Like, I did play the hell out of it, and 100% that too, but I didn't like it quite as much. Resident Evil 1 Remake felt perfect. Felt perfect. I use bad uniques because I love them, like Ice Blinks, Black Corn Face. Yeah, I like seeing all the uniques. But there's light gauntlets. What is that? The mitts. I don't have the mitts either. Totes, get down to Andariel's boudoir. This is a gold mine down here. I liked I didn't play the original, so I didn't have the nostalgia and like how good they were. But man, did it feel like really short. Can't you speedrun that one in like less than 2 hours? Yeah, sorry if that was uncalled for because it's Arctic Myths. That's a pretty low level, but I don't have it. Is the thing. Yeah, exactly. I think that was one of the things that I disliked. Is the inventory system and the way that the game was structured. The god I was looking at said that the main hall of that... Fuck, there's a heavy belt. There's another set item. Yeah, definitely. From what I've heard... is that the original was better and actually like a game. From my experience with RE3 Remake is that it was very, very short. I liked it, but it did feel kind of like maybe phoned in or... This motherfucker up here. Man, I don't have any more potions. Cut out like, yeah, now it's all coming back to me now. That was like 5 years ago that I went on a Resident Evil kick. Yeah, you could beat RE3. Like the original 2, you could beat Resident Evil 3, the original, pretty fast. Crap. Yeah, I did like RE2 Remake. Aratha's Cord, and that's a good belt, too. I like the Aratha set. That's actually one of my favorites. Man, yeah, and, like, the thing about it is, like, I'm pretty sure the original RE Remake you could beat super fast, but it didn't have as many, like everything was just so tight on it. Like, the inventory and the number of items and the enemy placement was good, and the way that you could like get good at dodging like the enemies and stuff, it just felt like super tight. All right, Andariel number 3. Let's see what we get. Okay, another green. I think I have this one. Yeah, I do think I have the Berserker's Alberk. Or Holberk. Yeah, you just had to go. And then there's, for the Resident Evil 1 remake, there was the knife only run. I don't think you had to do them together, but I'm pretty sure I beat that one a bunch of times just because it was so good. I would go on a limb and say that's, I think, one of the best remakes ever made. Tyrant. Why do I not remember that? Was that on the roof? Yeah, that was on the roof. Yeah, you're right, Shadow. I think that for some of those, like the speed run and the knife only challenge, I think the knife only challenge, like the efficient way to do it is to rescue. Like, there's a certain way that you rescue a certain character, like that one guy that's poisoned or something, or you don't. And so the character that escapes on the helicopter with you is like stronger, and then you just wait for Tyrant to like aggro him, and then you go and poke him in the butt with a knife and then run away. Oh yeah, I didn't like the monkeys either. Where is this fool that keeps rezzing these people? I'm trying to focus. And now you're gonna kill him. Gotta rescue him. Man, I need you to stop attacking those people so you can put your Decrepify on an Andariel. Yeah, Jill has the extra inventory slot, right? And he's dead. Jesus. Man, this one really got away from me. my goodness. That stone skin guy is really screwing this up. Okay, what did you drop? Some Twisted Essence, and that's Jackal. What do you want to do? Play Majima? Let me do one more run and then I'll switch. And I'll get off here. My mom says I gotta get off. No, it's almost 12 anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna do one more Endario run and then I'm gonna get off here. But now that Totes is gone, I can get a Stone of Jordan and a Jalal's Mane in the same drop. The spiders put me in the corner.
Nobody puts. What's his name again?
Warwick.
Warwick. Nobody puts Warwick in a corner.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's get something really good for the last. For the last drop. Just gonna go ahead and clear out these shamans. And I think my Merc is stuck over there in the wall. Okay, let's... Big money, big money, big money. Come on, Endario. Nothing. Well, guess that's all she wrote. There weren't very many good terror zones tonight anyway, so. Now I gotta sort out my crap. So I just need the rod left. Malvinas. And I've got 2 pieces of that. Okay. needs to go to my barb. This is just something that I picked up. Yeah, and I've already got the... Yeah, I only had one. I don't think he can dual wield anyway, right? Yeah, and I've already got the Hallberg. 94, 93, okay. And then I'll keep that. Arctic. Mitts. Now I just need the horn. I'm almost finished. Get the... Yeah, I've almost got the whole Disciple set too. Okay, well. Alright, well, I'm going to jump off here if anybody's still watching. Do all the things, press all buttons, and have a good night.